It's time to duel! Hello, welcome to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile, and today I'm gonna have another look at the old school Dark Magician. I got some new ideas, I got some new tech. Rising Rampage has provided some stuff, and as you can tell, here's the guy Crystal Wing, because we're also running the Wind Witches. So let's have a look at it. For the Dark Magician core, obviously you wanna run triple Dark Magician, no explanation needed. The most powerful magician in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Very far off, but it was created a long time ago. The most important searcher of the deck, Magician's Rod. If this guy is normal summoned, you can search for a Dark Magician spell or trap card that says specifically Dark Magician. Not searchable is Eye of Timaeus, of course. Also, during your opponent's turn, if you activate a spell, trap card, or effect while this card is in the graveyard, except during the damage step, you can tribute one spellcaster monster. Add this card to your hand. You can only use this once per turn. The second effect is actually very important, so you can keep recycling him, keep bringing him back, and keep normal summoning him, so keep searching. Then there's Illusion Apprentice, the waifu. She is a very nice special summon, just discard another card, and you can special summon her to the field, and when she gets to the field, normal or special summon, you can get a Dark Magician and add it to your hand. Also, when your Dark Magician battles, you can tribute this card from your hand or field to give your Dark Magician a 2000 attack boost. And finally, I'm going back to this one, Magician of Dark Illusion. For the longest time, I have not been running this card, but with this build, I feel it's kind of worth it. It's still like, He's so specific. He can only be special summoned. You activate a spell or trap card during your opponent's turn. Also, if you activate a spell, trap card, or effect while this card is face up on the field, except during the damage step, you can target one Dark Magician in your graveyard, special summon it. This can only be once per turn. Not really that relevant. This one is more important to be on the field as not a body and as not a Dark Magician. And then, as previously mentioned, Wind Witch combo. Triple Wind Witch Ice Spell. Just for explanation, if you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then you can special summon one Wind Witch monster from your deck, but it cannot be tributed. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck. The turn you activate this effect, except level 5 higher wind monsters. Very specific. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can inflict 500 burn damage to your opponent. All of this is once per turn. You're playing 3 of these because the best possible scenario is seeing this card turn 1 in your hand. Because you special summon her, that brings up Wind Witch Glass Spell, which will be special summoned from the field thanks to Ice Spell. And if this card is normal or special summoned, you can add one Wind Witch monster from your deck to your hand. Rest of it is not really relevant because then you get this guy to the hand, and then you have 2 Wind Witches on the field, and wouldn't you know, if you control 2 or more wind monsters and non-wind monsters, you can special summon this card. Duh, it's Wind Witch Snowball, it's a tuner, so basically what you're doing is you get these 2 tuned up, and then these 2, and go into Crystal Wing, which also will be not affected by anything. A Wind Synchro monster that was summoned using this card as a synchro material cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Boom. For more spellcasters and some protection, I run 2 Witchcrafter Golem Aru. Now, what does this card do? When your opponent activates a card effect that targets a spellcaster monster you control, or targets it for an attack, you can target 1 card your opponent controls, a Witchcraft spell which is not relevant for this deck. Special summon this card from your hand. If you do, return the targeted card to the hand. You can only use this effect once per turn. Once per turn during your opponent's standby phase, return this card to the hand. So basically, your opponent targets a spellcaster or tries to attack it. You can special summon Witchcraft or Golem Aruru and send that card which attacked, or try to target you, send that back to your opponent's hand, and get this girl on the field. Not a spellcaster monster, but a nice search for the deck. You contribute 1 monster and 1 monster from your deck to your hand, whose combined original ATK and def equal the combined ATK and def of the tributed monster. So basically what that means, also run 2 of these, but what that means, you can get this guy on the field and tribute anything, and then basically get the same copy of it. But I specifically got it in here. You can search Apprentice Illusion Mage for that. How about that? She has the exact same stats, ATK and def combined, as Spirit Sculptor. And finally, the spicy pick, Dragon Rulers! Tempest. Yeah, Tempest. Why Tempest? Well, if this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can banish a total of 2 wind monsters and special summon this card on the field. There's a lot of more effects that are not really relevant. This is just nice getting you a level 7 body on the field by banishing the Wind Witch monsters you're not gonna need anymore. And there's more Wind monsters in the extra decks. I mean, if you do the Wind Witch combo once, you have 3 Wind monsters already in the graveyard. And then you can special summon Tempest. Get level 7 Tempest, open up some more Link Plays or Xyz. Hand traps, triple Ash Blossom, and that's it. You don't really need anything else. We got some more hand trap stuff later, but for the regular hand traps, that's just Ash. Spell and traps, obviously Dark Magical Circle. You gotta run 3 of those. When this card is activated, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Then you can reveal 1 Dark Magician or Spell and Trap that specifically lists Dark Magician in its text among them and add it to your hand. Also place the remaining cards on top of your deck in any order. If Dark Magician is normal summoned or special summoned to your field, except during the damage step, you can target 1 card your opponent controls, banish it. You can only use that once per turn. It's an okay search, it could be better. The main problem with it being like specifically Dark Magician doesn't show Eye of Timaeus, and also doesn't search for any monsters that list Dark Magician, just spell and traps. 1 Illusion Magic, tribute 1 spellcaster, go search for 2 Dark Magicians in your deck. 1 Dark Magic attack. If you control a Dark Magician, you can destroy all spell and trap cards on your opponent's side. And as far as draw power goes, Spellbook of Secrets, add 1 spellbook from your deck to your hand. And Spellbook of Knowledge. Send to the graveyard either 1 spellcaster monster you control or 1 other spellbook card to draw 2 cards. Trap cards, 2 Eternal Soul, you gotta have this. Every Dark Magician in your monster zone is unaffected by your opponent's card effects. If this face-up card leaves the field, destroy all monsters you control. That's why we're only having 2 of them, because we don't have the protection of the Dragon Knight. The Dark Magician Dragon Knight will not be making an appearance in this deck. Also, you can activate one of these effects once per turn, special summon 1 Dark Magician from your hand or graveyard, or add 1 Dark Magic attack or 1000 Knives from your deck to your hand. That's why we're running the Dark Magic attack, because you can actually search it with this triple Magician Navigation Magician. Special summon 1 Dark Magician from your hand, and special summon 1 level 7 or lower Dark Spellcaster type monster from your deck. If you control Dark Magician, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 face-up spell and trap card. It has its effects negated until the end of this turn. The second effect is actually the bomb. The fact that you can just negate a spell or trap whenever you have one of these in the graveyard, and you gotta have a Dark Magician on the field though. That's the only downside really. And to round it off, if you have to go turn 2, but also if you go turn 1, that's the main reason why I got the Illusion Mage back in here, because I'm running triple Impermanence. Impermanence is just good against the meta. Negate the effect of a monster. If you have nothing on the field, you can play this from your hand. If you have something on the field, you can still use it as a trap and just negate and take some extenders out of your hands of your opponent. Now that rounds off the main deck, 40 cards, not more or less. Going over to the extra deck, obviously, since you got the Wind Witches, gotta have your boy Crystal Ring Synchro Dragon and the Clear Ring Synchro Dragon. That's the combo with the Wind Witches. You go into Clear Ring first and then Crystal Ring. Crystal Ring after the combo will not be affected by spell and trap cards or effects by your opponent, and he also, when he's getting attacked, he takes half of the opponent's attack power and adds it to himself, and once per turn can negate a monster effect. Woo! That's disgusting. For your Xyz cards, I got 1 Naruto the Mall Leader. Usually does not get on the field as much, but if you get 2 Apprentice Illusion Magicians, you can get this guy or gal. I don't know. You can negate spell and trap cards. Then you got 1 Aberrant Illusion Magician. You can also Xyz summon this card using a rank 6 spellcaster. Once per turn, you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card. Special summon 1 spellcaster normal monster from your hand or deck. When the spellcaster type monster declares an attack, you can target 1 card your opponent controls, banish it. You can only use this effect once per turn. Pretty good to get out your Dark Magicians from the deck immediately, and it has a little banish effect. Very nice. 1 number 11 Big Eye just steals a monster of your opponent. Then I got the number 76 Harmonizer Gradial. That one is a little bit special and might be more relevant if you see the rest of the extra deck. This card's attribute is also treated as the attached materials. Cannot be destroyed by battle. With a monster of the same attribute, also cannot be destroyed by the activated effects of your opponent monster with the same attribute. this one's light and the entire deck is dark. Huh. Quick effect, you can target one monster your opponent controls, detach one material from this card, and if you do, attach that target to this card as material. You can only use this effect once per turn. So basically, it steals monsters from your opponent's graveyard, attaches it as materials, and gives it some huge protections actually. So that's pretty good. Mecha, Phantom Beast, Draco Sack, another 2 level 7 monsters. That goes for all these guys, by the way, except for Naruto. Once per turn, you can detach one material, get 2 wind tokens. And the wind tokens are actually pretty important because that leads us into the rest of the deck. 1 Link Spider can be summoned with 1 normal monster, goes for the Dark Magicians or tokens. Wee Witch's Apprentice, 2 Dark Monsters, gives all your Dark Magicians a nice power boost. Then for the wind stuff, we got the Wind Charmer Verdant. She fits into this deck very nicely because A, she's a spellcaster, and B, she's a wind, and C, she needs 2 monsters including a wind monster, also tokens. Nightmare lineup, Nightmare Cerberus bobs the special summon card, Nightmare Phoenix bobs the back row, and Nightmare Unicorn bobs everything, just sends it back to the deck. Flavor pick. Hervazigil, the Desperate Doom Eagle. I do not want a Hervazigil. Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler. 2 wind monsters gains 2,480k while your opponent has no monsters in your graveyard. Quick effect, you can target 1 monster in your opponent's graveyard, shuffle it into the deck, and you can only use this once per turn. This card is mainly here just to whip the tokens and whatnot. It's an easy special summon, has good arrows, and the effect is not bad, I feel. And finally, I got 1 Topologic Bomber Dragon. I feel like this spot is really interchangeable. I like the dragon because he has some nice board clearing ability. You could also run Appaloosa, but really anything that doesn't require too many monsters. The thing is, it's a Link 4 that only needs 2+ effect monsters. So that's gonna do it, guys. As usual, I challenge you to go online and try out this deck for yourself. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know if you find some tech I've been overlooking. But for the rest of it, it's Dark Magician. Keep that in mind. It's a very slow deck, and I try to make it meta with like impermanence and whatnot. Maybe you want to fit in Call by the Grave somewhere in there, but I think it's already kind of a tight deck. At the end of the day, have fun with it, okay? That's gonna do it, guys. As usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for figure reviews, card game stuff, and whatever the Dark Magician, Buraku Magician wants.